I split my pants open just trying to get laid. Hopefully no one gets offended. I'm bored and I have a raging Amazon addiction and decided to buy all this cool equipment to pimp out my phone and make some cool videos just to document my life, I guess. So we need to start recording. Welcome to my channel. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I don't watch like YouTubers now, like the ones who just do this kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it. Today's video is gonna be about exes. Exes, and in particular just like some basic questions about the 3 of my more serious relationships, excluding my most recent relationship. With that being said, I'm gonna answer these questions and hopefully no one gets offended, and if they do, sorry. I dated A for a year. I always say a year and 6 months, but I gotta be honest, I think it was like a year and 3. It wasn't that long. I feel like a year and 3 and they get scared and they run. So a year and 3 months, that's how long we dated. The best memory that I had with A was we both really liked outdoorsy stuff. We really liked camping. That was probably my favorite thing. I shot my first gun. It was a rifle. It wasn't like a... It was a... You know what I'm saying? And it was like a tiny little rifle. It wasn't anything crazy. In another life, I think I was attracted to like country-ish men, but that's like not for me these days. The worst memory. He basically poisoned my dog, came over while my dog was having an animal heart attack, stayed in my bed while I drove my dog to the emergency room, and slept there all night comfortably while I was at the vet with my dog. And he woke up and was like, "How did everything go?" How did everything go? I don't know what I was doing with life. 19? I was barely 20. I'm 24 now. I see the light, kind of. I'm about to start dating women. One pet peeve about this person. A had a tendency to just not be assertive. It was like fake machismo assertive. I don't even know how to explain it. It used to make me really mad because I was going through like this whole personal growth thing, and I was going from like being very depressed to like feeling really good about myself and like getting back to my shit. My whole life is just like riding these waves of like, okay, we're down, all right, let's get back up. So this was like during a point in my life where I was like, all right, fuck this sad shit, dude. And I was slowly starting to realize through our relationship, like he could not handle the person I was. I was fighting really hard to stay in it for some reason. I was too assertive for him. He felt like he needed to like tell me to calm down. Shit like that. And it used to bug the shit out of me. It was the biggest pet peeve of mine. One of my favorite traits about this person, it's been a long time, It's been a long time. I was such a young person. I feel like I was at such a different point and like mindset in my life. I cannot imagine ever being with this person or entertaining the idea of ever dating this person again. The second he was like, yes, I can't do it anymore, I'm done. Dope. And I just let it go. Never second guess that, like never. Like one of his really good traits was that he was like literally very kind to everybody. His mom was super kind, but he was just always super kind to people. The worst thing they ever said or did, that would be, I guess, like along with like the worst memory. You almost killed my dog and then didn't come to the vet with me. I fucking love my dog. I fucking love my dog. I still to this day feel like he almost killed him and then never apologized for it, broke up with me, my laptop broke, my phone broke, and then I like lost my roommate. So where are you now? I think A is still in the National Guard. He's dating somebody. I actually sold him a soundbar when I left Oregon. And he was happy. He was getting ready to move in with his girlfriend. He seems happy. I'm happy for him. Now we are moving on to B, Tinder. All of the people that I end up dating, I like don't intentionally mean to date them. I'm gonna be free and be a hoe. And then I end up falling in love with someone who, you know, completely ruins me. Take two. I met B on Tinder. Yeah, I met B on Tinder. A week of talking on Tinder, and he told me he was a Mormon. Fuck, I don't want to talk to this Mormon kid. I'm just trying to get laid. And then he ended up being super cool. First time we ever hung out was on Valentine's Day. After Valentine's Day, he came over at like 10 because he used to work super late. I think we started dating March 5th of 2018 all the way through December of 2019. We dated. A year and 7 months. That's how long I dated B. The best memory I have with B, Oregon Country Fair, which was actually not an altogether like phenomenal time. It was just so magical there, and it's like funky and got painted together. Oregon Country Fair, it was really fun. The only thing that ruined that day was the fact that B's ex, who was like a consistent problem in the beginning of our relationship, kind of a psycho, just happened to be there, and we ran into her all the time. Actually, we did say hi to her, now that I think about it. I was extremely intoxicated that entire time. We did like stop and say hi to her because we ran into her. The worst memory I have with this person, it was like 6 months into dating. He was living at my house, not really paying any bills at the time. Ups and downs, self-esteem ups and downs. I was just kind of like, it's cool. You know, you don't have to pay bills here. So I brought up paying bills and like him living at my house. This happened. I wake up in the morning, I shower, I get changed, I go to work, I come home from work. Our schedules were like weird, and I keep doing this with my arms, and I don't know what the fuck's going on with my arms. Our schedules like flip-flopped back and forth. I get home, I walk in, I'm like, oh, by the way, did you know we were dating for 6 months today? That's kind of cool, right? Silence. He was like, yeah. Took a whole ass shower, got completely ready for work, looked at me and was like, look, I just don't think I can do this anymore. Like, I think it's really unfair to you. I think I'm still in love with my ex-girlfriend. I don't want to do this. And I was just like, okay then. And then he walked out. So I got shit-faced. That was the worst memory, was him basically just telling me that like I wasn't her. And that's kind of like, I should have, you know, he came back the next day. So, my biggest pet peeve about B, he had a lot of those diminishing traits. I would be loud and like animated and be telling a story to his friends or something, and he would tell me that I was being like too loud. He would like frequently let me know that my emotions were a little bit too much. It was very like belittling, and he didn't give me space, and I think I was like really content with that for a while. I didn't go out as much. Everyone who was in my life then, completely disconnecting from that, leaving school and like everything that had happened. I ended up not really having friends my age until I started working at the pot shop. I wanted to make friends who were in college. This guy was just like super not down, like he just didn't want to do that. He like didn't feel like that was his scene. It made him uncomfortable, and like that's totally fine, but it was really hard for me because he would like kind of get upset, or after a while it became to be a problem for him that I was going out. He basically told me like, I don't want to do these things with you, go fucking find friends to do it with. And then I did, and then he had a huge problem because I was out having fun. That was my biggest pet peeve about him, was he was just like so like, he used to just like me down. Like, it was never intentional. We were just both like really damaged people, and we were like fucking fluctuating back and forth with who was the most depressed in the relationship the whole time. It was really unhealthy, and as much as like we both cared about each other, I don't worry about their lives, but like B is a person who I would hope ends up in a good place. Like, I would have lunch with B. I spent so much time with him, and he was a big part of my life that I would definitely like get a meal with him, which I can't say for even people who I've had like close friendships with before in the past, that I'd be like, yeah, let's go get a burger. My favorite thing about B was food. We loved food. Like, food and candy, man. Like, I don't know how I lost weight in our relationship. I know how I lost weight. I was depressed and it was shitty. We ate so much food. In our relationship, there was a lot of beautiful stuff, but one of the main things was fucking food. We cooked together, Google weird recipes and like make them at home and eat them together, because I love cooking for people. He like was a chef, So he like would cook at work, so he would come home not really wanting to cook, and I would cook and he would eat, and he knew food. So when it was bad, he knew it was bad and he lied about it anyway. It was really nice. Really big love affair with food. All things food, cereal and candy. But it was super unhealthy, and I started to realize that like as we got towards the end of our relationship, the little things that were just building and like had already been so deeply rooted into like unhealthy tendencies. Very unhealthy, very unhealthy. So good. The worst thing they ever said / did. We broke up twice in the middle of our year and 7-month relationship for 24 hours. The second time he did this, I found out he actually immediately got on the phone and like started messaging his ex. It was a lot along the lines of, this girl is so in love with me and I just don't like her as much as I like you. And the way he decided to make that comparison was basically saying I was fucking Karen off of The Office. I was not Pam. I was fucking Karen. And The Office was my favorite show. I hated him so much for that. But I'm over it. But like, I was really offended, like so offended, like so hurt. The last thing for B is, where are they now? He is still in Corvallis. Actually, I think he's out in Albany now, and he lives with his brothers, and that's where he was when I left him a year ago. So, C. How did I meet C? I actually met C while I was dating B. He came into the pot shop that I worked in. It was his 21st birthday. Already a terrible sign. What was I at the time? At the time I was 22? No. I want to say at the time I was 22. I can't remember though. He walks into the pot shop I was working at. He comes in with his friend. I hope you see this friend. Has the stankiest steak face ever. They like bought what they bought. I remember them walking in, me seeing them because they were dressed up to go out, and we got them what they needed. They went out and they had a good time. After that, he was in there consistently. I don't even remember really interacting with C that day. Like, I ended up dating a few months after me and B broke up. Like completely after though, because I didn't even know that C was like in any way trying to pursue me until like months after I had broken up with B. I'm like actually a serial dater, guys. Like I really have a problem. So our relationship, I think we dated all the way through April. Then we broke up and we started dating again in May. We broke up again July 25th before I moved to Texas, which was funny because he was the reason that I was moving to Texas. Oh. Best memory with C would have to be, this is definitely not the best memory, but it's the funniest memory. Shit. Not my best memory, but it was my favorite memory because it was probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And I was just like, boom, 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 bada boom, 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 gotta go. Basically, we had gone to the club, which was really just a bar. Now I live in Houston, and that's what a bar looks like. It's the tiniest bar you could see in Houston. So we were at the club. This is the first night that I get to bring out my manager, who knows C very well because he used to kick it at the shop so much that they started kicking it. Like, my manager at work is like my mom. Her husband is like my dad. They would take care of me. I love them so, so much. But they got very close too. It was funny because we all went out and we were all drinking at like our usual kickback bar, and we convinced them to go to the club. Mom and Pops, they still got it, but they were getting tired. We were out with, oh, it was some weed guys. One of the companies who we were working with, they had schmooze money. Let us take you out. What's your favorite bar out here? There's no bars out here. And it's this cute like white man and white lady, and like they smoke weed and they're all hippie and like, do like, you know, other hippie drugs. And then the guy was like, guys, I want to dance. All right, let's go to Impulse. And it just so happened that C was with us. And like, this is prior to us dating. We were just seeing each other. He leaves to go, I don't know, do whatever. Well, I'm watching Mom and Pops. They getting it, they're doing their thing. For those of you who know, impulse has the wire in the middle. I'm sitting there like dancing on the rack, and then I dropped it too low, bitch. I split my pants like SpongeBob on a Sunday. I split my pants. I'm talking sandy cheeks exposed. I dropped it hot. Mama saw me. She turned around and said, D, give me that sweater. Throws it around my waist, and she's like, we need to go. He's down there like mingling, doing his thing, whatever. He comes up like, where y'all going? I was like, I gotta go. He was like, what do you mean you gotta go? No, I split my pants open. I gotta go. I don't know why people date me in the first place, I'll be honest. I left, and that was the best memory. The worst memory would be when C came back from Texas. He started dating. A week later, he left to Texas. He came up to pick up his vehicle and some other things. He broke up with me by ghosting me. When I was like, it's cool if you're trying to break up with me, can you just come get your stuff out of my house? He said, how you want to do it? That was fun. I would say that's the worst memory. Yeah. I was just like, okay, cool. So he came over, he picked up his stuff. He didn't even like say, I'm breaking up with you. Gentlemen, please, just tell women you don't want to be with them anymore. They speak English. They speak a lot of languages. They understand what I don't want to date you means. I would take a we're over text over just nothing. We're over. At least I know where we stand. Like, fuck. But anyway, I'm not bitter. Just a little bitter. My biggest pet peeve about this person is they consistently ask people for money like a bum, and they don't pay them back. It's like a super bummy thing to do. And they're not like a bum, like that person's not a bum. It's like the bummiest trait that they have. My favorite trait about this person is they got a big ass head. And although it's like a negative thing sometimes, also like a super cool thing. It was just like, you know what? I don't care. He'll just be like, fuck it all, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. I love me, fuck it, whatever. I don't give a fuck. People are not like that. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah. You cannot care about what others think, but still care about others. Pro tip. Oh shit. Oh shit. Sorry, my questions went crazy. The worst thing they ever did / said. I'm not gonna say anything other than 750. That's it. Where are they now? Playing football in Arkansas. That was the end of the video. There's a lot of stuff in there. Just like show your friends, and yeah, show your friends. Show your friends.